Welcome back to the channel. This is Coach Charles on the Soccer Benchmark. I know most of you have realized that this channel has been a bit off. We've not done much for the past fortnight or so. I've been under the weather, not been feeling so nice, so well, but now my health is back, my voice is back, and we're ready to rumble, just like the Premier League is also ready to rumble. Because this period up to January, man, this is the period where you know you're going to be relegated. You know where you're going to finish in a European position. You know whether you're going to finish as the champion. Looking at the performances of the teams before the international break, you can see that Manchester City has been struggling. Arsenal has been struggling. Manchester United had a break from the many losses and draws. Now they are in the winning path, and they have even appointed Ruben Amorim. This guy is just spewing the right information, the right vibe. I think most of the people who watched his presser just were so happy about what they were hearing, because if you are a Manchester United fan, Ruben Amorim just said the right things the right way, and we are rooting for this coach. Ernest Lot, on the other hand, is running away with this thing. I don't know whether he's gonna win it by the time the international break comes in March, but whoa, this guy is running away. Liverpool are on fire. Mohamed Salah, the last 6 seasons, this guy has been doing everything has been changing in the Premier League, but Mohamed Salah has always remained constant. This guy keeps scoring goals after goals after goals, and I was talking to my friends over fantasy football, and they keep asking me, Coach, why don't you have Mohamed Salah in your team? I told him I had him. He didn't do much. I sold him. He started doing everything that I wanted him to do when I had him. So I just said, let me keep my Haaland. Let me keep these other high-paying midfielders. I let Mohamed Salah rest. But to my own detrimental, my results have been pathetic in the Fantasy Premier League because I lack Salah. So watch this space. Maybe I'll bring him back, but I am not really promising that. Now, who will be relegated? Who will win the league? And will Manchester United finish in the Champions League position? Those are the big questions. Because if you look at what is happening this weekend, Leicester City, one of the candidates for relegation, is playing Chelsea. And Chelsea under Moresca has been really, really good. And remember, this is a coach that brought Leicester back to the Premier League after they were relegated the previous season. So he knows this team, he knows the players. In fact, I listened to him. He said he still has most of these boys in a WhatsApp group and they talk. That is dangerous. That is very dangerous. Because he may be influencing these players one way or the other. I'm not saying that that is what he's doing, but that is dangerous. Anywho, Leicester have to beat their former coach. They are at home, and if you look at their previous performance against Manchester United, I don't think that is a performance that wins you anything. And that is a performance that does not keep you in the Premier League. And this Premier League is not forgiving. This Premier League is not joking. Because if you look at performances that small teams are doing against big teams, you ask yourself who is safe? Because Leicester just need to play over and above their level. I think they have lost 2 players over the international break because of injuries. And that is a problem that most teams are facing right now. So many injuries left, right, and center. But Leicester just need to get a way of winning. And that has to start this weekend. But I don't see them winning. I think Chelsea will be too strong for them. Chelsea will beat these guys. I think it will be a high scoring game. Basically 5-2 or 4-1. That is what I'm looking at. Now, Arsenal is hosting Nottingham Forest. And this Nottingham Forest team is just difficult to play against. I think what the coach has done, Nuno has done a very good job. In fact, the team is high flying at the moment. They are top 10. And the other day they were number 4. In fact, they were even above Arsenal before they lost to Newcastle. So this is a team that is well drilled. Murillo and his partner defender is really, really, really good. And Nuno is able to play in a way that I remember the game against Liverpool when they beat Liverpool at the Cup. at Anfield. What he did is he played players who are able to play the ball, and then later in the game he brought in his speedsters, the Elangas and the other fast players. And this is how they hurt Liverpool. So Nottingham Forest is not one of those teams that will go playing against thinking that it's going to be an easy game. And Arsenal really has not had good results, and they really need to start winning because this league, if they don't win this game against Nottingham Forest and Liverpool wins, basically what are we talking about? Arsenal will be out of this of contention for the Premier League, and that is something that Arteta knows, albeit reservedly, because I think the performance against Nottingham Forest has been good, but not this Nottingham Forest. This one is well drilled. This is well coached. This is the players are playing for each other, and the quality in the team is really, really good. Also, Nodoi and Elanga are really, really good players, and Chris Wood is scoring for fun. Maybe it means he didn't score the other game when they played against Newcastle after winning the Premier League Player of the Month. I always feel that trophy is always a curse to players. Every time a player wins it, they just don't perform the next game. Anyway, Arsenal has their they need to win this game. They have their work cut out. They have to win because if they don't, Liverpool and Manchester City will be running away with this thing very fast. Crystal Palace against Aston Villa away. I think Aston Villa will be too strong for Palace. Palace has been blowing hot and cold. They beat Tottenham, then they lose. This is one of those teams that I just don't understand what makes them tick. But I think Villa will be too strong for them. Villa is really gunning for the European spots, and I don't think they'll let this game go. But either way, it's going to be a very difficult game for either team, so I don't think they'll take it lightly. Bournemouth, Brighton, this is a beautiful game. This is a well-poised game. I think both teams are playing really good football. The two coaches have really done well. If the Brighton coach, the young Hasler, has really done a good job. If you look at the points that is amassed up to this point, in fact, he's the best because he has 19 points compared to the other coaches who have left Brighton before. So this is a coach that is dynamic, he's progressive, he's innovative, uh, and he really knows what he wants from his boys. Everton, Brentford are poor travelers. They just don't like traveling. I don't know what happens. They've lost, I think, their last 3-4 games away on the road. I don't think this is a game that they think of losing because Everton is not really in best position. But Sean Dyche has really made the defense of Everton to be very strong. They're not conceding much. In fact, the game against West Ham, they didn't concede, and the defense really did its part. So I don't see a high scoring game in this one because Sean Dyche will not allow it. He will make it as difficult as possible for Brentford. And knowing that they don't travel well, I think I'm looking at a situation whereby Everton may just get a draw or sneak a win in this particular game. Fulham Wolves, another well-poised game. Fulham are coming back. They're scoring. Cunha is doing what Cunha does, scoring goals. But they are up against one of their former number nines who used to score for them, Wolves. Uh, and I think this is a game that is going to have goals and goals galore. I think goal here will be for the betters. This is the best option that you can pick. Then the big one for the weekend, Manchester City against Tottenham. Now, why did Pep Guardiola sign? I wanted this guy gone from the Premier League, albeit reservedly, because Pep has won everything basically. He's won so many trophies in the last 8 years that he's been at Spurs. Man, it's ridiculous. Huh? But him signing for 2 seasons, I think, is good for the league. It's good for the profile of the league, and I'm excited, albeit not so excited because Pep is just Pep. I remember Pep's teams back in Barcelona, Bayern Munich. These teams have been dominating the leagues, and coming to England, we thought it's gonna be difficult for him, but man, this guy has won 4 leagues in a row, and is up for another one. And I don't think it will be very easy for these other teams to dislodge him. But let's watch this space. Now on Sunday, I think we have Manchester United Ipswich. That is the last game for Sunday, and Ruben Amorim has been spewing the right information. He's been saying the right things. He's been doing, Everything about Ruben is just right. And I hope the results also come out right because, man, Manchester United need these results. I, as a Manchester United fan, really need some positive results in the next 4 or 5 games because along the next 5 games, I think we have Arsenal in the mix. I think City somewhere along the way, Nottingham Forest. But there's first we have to play Ipswich, then Bodo Glimt, and then I think Everton. And these are games that we need those points. More so in the Europa League, we need the points. In the league, the 6 points point against Ipswich and Everton. Those are points that Manchester United need to be taking. Now, Liverpool will have to beat Southampton. Once they beat Southampton, and this league is gonna stretch itself. And if Arsenal or City do not get their points right, Liverpool will be running away with this thing. And Arne Slot has been doing a very good job. His team has not been outscoring others. They have just been scoring 1, 2 goal differences, and they are just making sure that they win. Apart from the Nottingham loss, they have really maintained a very positive approach to games. And looking at what Mo Salah is doing currently is just ridiculous. 6 years, 6 seasons, everything is changing, but Mo Salah remains Mo Salah. The last game for Monday, I think that will be a game that will be played under some really, really stressful situations because both teams, what am I saying? Dang, 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 dang. Newcastle, West Ham. Now, the Monday game against Newcastle against West Ham, that is a game that Newcastle should win comfortably unless they do not turn up. Because West Ham are pathetic. I think Postecoglou should be really looking at his job at this moment. Ten Hag left. I think him and Russell Martin are right behind him because what I'm looking at West Ham, seriously, there's nothing going on there. That win against Manchester United was not right. In fact, the referees had to apologize for mistakes that they did. So I don't see West Ham really beating Newcastle. I don't see that. Now, this is my call for the weekend. If you're a betting man, Chelsea wins. Yeah? Wolves, Fulham, a goal. Manchester City, Spurs, a goal. And you've doubled your money all the way to the bank. So, thank you for watching. This is Coach Charles on the Soccer Benchmark. Consider subscribing to the channel, liking, sharing, and let's keep playing football every day.